Hey guys, thanks for checking out The Film Geek. Today I'm talking about the 1985 film To Live and Die in L.A.
302.5. You violated section 302.5. The manual says the agents must notify the agent in charge, that's me, of all ongoing investigations. You violated this section, and I'm not going to cover your ass.
Yeah, well, I'm not asking you to.
You lost a federal prisoner, and I want Cody back.
Yeah.
To Live and Die in L.A. is directed by William Friedkin, and it's starring William Peterson and Willem Dafoe. To Live and Die in L.A. tells the story of two Secret Service agents who are hunting down a counterfeiter who killed one of their own. And let me tell you guys, these agents will do anything to catch their man. Director William Friedkin may sound familiar to some of you guys out there. Horror fans may know him as the director of 1973's Exorcist, while crime film fans may know him as the director of The French Connection, 1971. Now, after a few financial flops in the 70s and early 80s, he was really looking for a hit, and so that's where To Live and Die in LA comes into play. With a small budget, he packed everything he possibly could into this movie to try to get himself back up on top of the game. One of the things he did to save on his budget was to hire some fairly unknown actors at the time. Willem Dafoe was just coming off of the film Streets of Fire, while William Peterson was pretty well unknown at the time to everybody. Of course, he goes on to have quite a successful run on CSI. So by saving money on lead actors, he was able to put that money into the production of this movie. And one of the things that he wanted to do with that money was do a car chase scene that tops The French Connection. Now, if you've seen The French Connection, you know exactly what I mean by an amazing car chase scene. And he wanted to outdo The French Connection with this movie. And guys, let me tell you what, he pulls it off. In my opinion, this car chase scene is one of the most amazing in cinema history. Just the chase alone is exciting, but then inside the vehicle itself, there's growing tension between the driver of the vehicle and the passenger, and the anxiety between those two characters during that. You also have the people chasing them. You have different angles that are being shot. Sometimes you're actually looking out the vehicle like you're driving the car. I mean, the scene itself is cut and edited just mind-boggling. The movie did do fairly well in theaters. It actually pulled in about $17 million in its domestic run. Now, on a budget of $6 million, and in 1985, that's actually pretty good money. So what happened here? Well, to tell you the truth, I don't know. I tried to find out, how this film has just gone and disappeared, and I really couldn't find any kind of information whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying that this movie is just gone from the face of the planet. That's not true. I couldn't find it on any streaming services, but I did find it, on DVD, which I own. There is a DVD out there, and there is also a Blu-ray done by Scream Factory. Now, the good news is I feel like this movie is kind of having a resurgence, and there seems to be a bit of a following that's growing on YouTube. So hopefully this film is starting to pick up and have a second life. Or third life. Fourth. I'm not sure. So what do I like about this movie? First off, I want to talk about the performances of William Peterson and Willem Dafoe. William Peterson delivers a career-defining performance in this movie, and he has handed just an amazing character. This character is an actor's character. He starts off as kind of a, not necessarily a bad cop, but he definitely comes off as a cop that might bend the rules just a little bit to get what he wants. And then once his partner is killed, he just slowly winds out of control. William Peterson's acting is just amazing, and he delivers a just phenomenal performance of a Secret Service agent who's just addicted to adrenaline and basically getting himself into these life-threatening situations. As mentioned, Willem Dafoe's performance is equally as amazing as the villain of our story, the counterfeiter. Willem Dafoe delivers this performance that's dark, gritty, scary, but kind of identifiable. Like, you kind of like this guy in a way because he comes off less of a counterfeiter and more of like this troubled artist who's just not taken seriously. Like, he does actually make real art, but no, his real art is his counterfeit bills. In fact, they hired an actual counterfeiter to get some more realism into this film and ended up making counterfeit money, and from what I understand, it actually got into circulation at one point. Okay, now I have mentioned the car chase scene already, so I'm not going to bring it up again, but it is one of my legitimate likes in this movie too, so I gotta add it to the list. The car chase sequence in this movie is wow. The story is also something that is phenomenal, filled with twists and turns. You just really don't know what these characters are going to do next. Because of the fact the agents let you know right out the gate that they're willing to do whatever it takes to catch this guy, it adds a new level to the film. Normally we see our officers in movies hit a roadblock or something that they have to overcome, and these guys just are like, laws? Fuck them. So yeah, in the end, this film is just a roller coaster ride that just takes you up hills, drops you down them at extremely high speeds, and then does a loop-de-loop just to make sure you throw up a little bit. So yeah, this thing is exciting, it's tense, you're just riddled with anxiety. So yeah, if you like having the butterflies in your stomach and a really great crime thriller that just keeps you guessing to the very end, then you can't go wrong with To Live and Die in LA. Alright guys, now normally this is the point where I tell you what streaming service you can find it on, but unfortunately, as I said, I couldn't find it on any streaming services at this time. I know that it pops up on Prime from time to time, but it's not there right now to the best of my knowledge. It may be, but I couldn't find it. As of right now, you can find it on DVD and on Scream Factory's Blu-ray. It's a special edition Blu-ray. I have the regular DVD, but it's still good. It's all good. Anyway, you can see this movie. I highly recommend it. Check it out. If you have not seen To Live and Die in LA, you gotta do it. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of another Film Geek video. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell for notifications so you know when I put another one of these videos up. And of course, as I always say folks, keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.